T95, the rock station.
Nicko McBrain, how are you, man?
Hey, Meatball, I am top form. How about yourself, mate? Everybody good?
Yeah, everyone's pretty good, man. We're hanging in there, as best as anyone can, I think, right now.
Yeah, I know. It's, my existence has been getting in my drum room maybe 2 or 3 days a week, plowing through me kit. There's only so much one can do on his own.
Yeah. No kidding.
Pretty much every morning, my wife and I grab our little sniffly puppy and we go down to Starbucks drive-through. We've been doing that since they opened back in March, actually June last year.
Right.
My star count, it's like enormous. Anyway, you just got to keep, especially down here in Florida at the moment, we're the epicenter of this new bollocking Delta, excuse me swearing. But just still got to keep ourselves safe and well.
Yep, absolutely. Well, man, you guys have definitely been productive while things have been kind of quiet because we're getting new music from Iron Maiden, man, and it's exciting stuff.
Yeah. We who knew this was going to happen to the world? But we recorded that album back started recording in March, maybe February actually of 2019. We had a bit of time off between we did Legacy Part 1. Legacy of the Beast Tour Part 1 and Part 2, and we decided way back in Book of Souls we were going to do another record, and because things are planned out by years for Iron Maiden, and Rod and Bruce and Steve sit and plan it out, run it by us all, and so we penciled some time in. We weren't exactly sure what day we were going to start, but we blocked off some time in Guilhelm studio in Paris, or Gay Paris, everybody. Very nice. But unfortunately, it was winter time, so yours truly weren't happy to be there, I'll tell you that. I am a warm weather Floridian geezer, 31 years I've lived over here as it happens. Anyway, so we went in, and of course then we did the Legacy tour, and we were planning on everything going ahead, and of course, the rest is history. The world shut down, but in a way, it gave us a lot of time to plan the release of the album, but also to put out a phenomenal video that Bruce and the team worked on for Writing on the Wall. So in a way, it kind of gave us a little bit of freedom in that respect, because although everybody would, that sort of stuff, that animation is all done with computers and doesn't have to be done in an office and some bloke sitting drawing, So we were fortunate in that, and I think I've got to tip my hat to Bruce Dickinson and the team for an absolutely splendid. I mean, what a piece of film that is.
Yeah, I was going to say the music video for Writing on the Wall is, the song itself is already pretty epic. You guys are known for the big epic, Iron Maiden theatrical kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But the video specifically has a lot to unpack in it. Like when you guys were writing the music, was that, I have to assume that's where your brain was when you were writing it. I know Bruce does a lot of the lyrics, but...
Yeah, well, not really. Bruce and H wrote that song, and that came together in the studio pretty much. I think if I remember rightly, we did that in sections. We had the verses and the intro came, H had the idea. We didn't play it as we went through the song. And I'm not sure, to be honest, you'd have to ask Bruce if he had that in the back of his mind when he wrote it with H, but I don't think they did. I think this basically came, maybe when he was sitting doing the lyrics, he had this in his mind, this visual of where he wanted to take a video for it. Possibly. I can't honestly answer that for you because I don't know if that's true, what was in Bruce's head. Who knows what's in Bruce's head? So it is an epic track, and of course then Stratego comes out. I've got to be honest, that's probably the hardest drum track for me because of the triplet bass drum part.
Wow.
I said when Steve came in with that track, I said to him, "Can I have a bit of time to work this drum part out?" He went, "Take as long as you like, Nick, but make it quick."
We're on a deadline, Nicko. Come on.
Yeah, so we are, both of us. But so he's I love Steve to death, and I love working in the studio. Live is where Maiden breathe. That's our essence. But in studio, we love working. Bruce is sometimes a little bit, he doesn't like the downtime when he's not part of, when we're writing the stuff, he's not singing, he sings, he doesn't care for it too much. But understandably, he's sitting around for twiddling his thumbs, writing ideas out. But Steve, he gets ever so impatient because he knows what he wants, right?
Right.
He goes, "Can't you get it right? What's the matter with you?" And another thing.
Would you say, as the years go on with Iron Maiden, that you've had to change your drum game a little bit with the band and the styles, and maybe have you incorporated new things, I guess, into what you're doing?
Well, not so much. I think, it's a maturity thing where, when we're a lot younger, lots more feels, you tend to play faster. The songs were faster and as we were younger. And it's like a fine bottle of wine and you mature sometimes unless it's corked. Right? and many people have said Nicko's corked. I've been called certain for other things, mate, but not corked. Anyway, and what basically I'm saying is that we all listen to one another more so about what the song needs, not about what we want to do individually, like want to fly out and be the soloist or be be in front and in the forefront. So that's where the drumming's changed. Yes, this album has got a lot more, where there was a lot more precision on, whereas a lot of other tracks, it moved a little bit. There's certain areas where, because we don't, although we have used a click track, especially on Book of Souls, this album was done with the intention of getting it laid down with more feel and more dynamics. And like Senjutsu, the first track off the album, it is predominantly drums. It's like all this big motifs on the toms, and so get more in the pocket. So there's a change. That's probably the only change, is where we're listening more to, especially on this album, of what was being created musically.
I gotcha.
Let me reiterate though, because that's not to say we didn't do that on all the previous albums. It's just that this one, because I'm the granddad of the band. They all come to me for advice, mate, which is very, very nice. But I have had to change. One, the way I approach the drum tracks, and two, I've changed the setup of the drum kit because of my back issues. So I have to set up straighter, flatten my drum set, and that therefore is that's a physical thing of how I've changed. So
your drum kit is always something interesting to me, because I was fortunate enough to get to see you on the Book of Souls tour in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And I have to tell you, that kit is absolutely massive. Do you actually use all of those drums and cymbals and gongs and everything like every night?
Yeah, on that Book of Souls, everything got used. The 6 and 8, which is the two small drums on my left, it's a 9-piece. It's an 11-piece kit, 9 tom-toms. I used to, when I was younger, I just turn around straight away, didn't even have to look at the 6 and 8 and hit it.
Right.
Now, because I've had to change the setup, I actually physically have to think, right, I'm going to go over that side of the kit. And I'm not going to hit the 6 or 8. I'm going to start on the 10-inch. Right? But at the ends of song, we call them bird's eyes, like the Hallow Boom. Right. I'll end up standing up and going around the kit.
I got you. Okay.
So, yes, everything gets used. Primarily the 6 and 8 are there just really to balance it out. Because I think if I took them away, it'd look weird.
Well, it's an impressive look, and it's always, the centerpiece of the sets. And I mean, Iron Maiden always puts on an incredible show. Book of Souls, blew me away. Not just the record, but the live show as well. Senjutsu comes out this weekend. It comes out on Friday. And I have to ask one last thing. What can we expect from Senjutsu that we haven't seen in the 16 previous Iron Maiden records?
Well, that's a good question. I think, the only way I can sum this record up, there's a little bit of everything in it. In terms of going, if you analyze certain sounds, certain ways the guitars sound, certain vocal treatments, reverbs, little plate echoes, and delays and stuff like that. different compressions on the drum set. It's not all one, start at the beginning and meet you at the end of the album. It's exactly the same drum sounds. Steve's bass tones change slightly, and there's a bit of everything. Say from the early 3 or 5 albums of Maiden through to the middle, Somewhere Back in Time, Seventh Son, sound-wise, sonically, and some of the flavours on the tracks within the writing of the track. I mean, Steve wrote 3 of these epic songs. I think there's over 30 minutes of songwriting on just 3 songs. And it was all penned by Harry. No one else came in with anything else. And Steve went, right, I've got an idea for this melody. Obviously, as it's created, then you have your artistic input. It's not like, I had to play exactly the drum fill, that Steve wants. He have a sketch. But there's something for everybody. And there's a little bit of new stuff. I mean, listen to the beginning of Writing on the Wall.
Yeah.
And, there's a couple of other little gems and nuggets that will come to people, and they're going to go, oh, blimey, that sounds like so-and-so and so-and-so.
Awesome.
More so older bands. So, yes, lots of surprises sonically.
We're stoked for the record, Nicko, and can't wait to see you guys when and if everything kind of opens up and get to see Iron Maiden back over here. Well, you're obviously in the States, but, everybody performing over here, and it's we're looking forward to it, and I'm stoked for the record, man. I'm excited for it.
Meatball, it's been an absolute pleasure yapping to you, and I just want to say shout out to KICT for having us on with you, and thanks a lot, boys and girls. Stay safe and well, keep washing them hands, and don't be getting too close to people that you don't know.
Definitely not. I don't like people anyway, so it's all good, Nicko.
All right, mate, take care of yourself.
You do the same, Nicko. We'll see you soon.
You bet. Bye, mate.
Bye-bye.
Rock of Wichita, T95.